Hello to all my young learners, and here we are with chapter number 6. I hope you're very excited to learn what we are going to do in the chapter number 6, and here we are with the vocabulary words. You will today learn 2 new vocabulary words, and I'm sure that by collecting all the vocabulary words in your mind, you will be able to speak English fluently. Let's see what words are we going to learn today. So the first word we have is prefer. So when you go to a guest's home, or if your parents, they tell you to let's go to a party, and there somebody is a host and they ask you that what would you like to have? So you will say, well, I prefer a Coca-Cola. Well, I prefer an ice cream. So prefer means that you want to tell the other person what would you like to have. So like means to prefer. So remember, next time when you go to any guest's home and if they ask you what would you like to have, you have to say, I prefer to have a cold drink. I prefer to have a coffee. I prefer to have a Coca-Cola. So this is how we can say that like means to prefer. Similarly, you can also like to do swimming. I prefer swimming in the cold water, which means you like doing that. Let's see what sentence we have here. I prefer simple things in life. And remember, the pronunciation of the words, my dear students, do not pronounce it as prefer, it's called prefer. Yes, everybody, let's do it. Let's say it with me. What do we call the word? It's called prefer. How do we say that? We call it prefer. I prefer a glass of milk right now. So prefer means that you like a glass of milk. You would like to have a glass of milk. So that's how now I want you to make your own sentence. Try making your own sentence that if you have to use the word prefer, what sentence can you think about? Please write it down and make sure your teachers are able to check this sentence. The next one that we have after this is former. Next word is former. Let's understand the pronunciation. We do have the R there, but when you pronounce it, do not pronounce the letter R. So the spellings are F-O-R-M-E-R, but we do not pronounce the R when you say the word. So how you're going to say it, just make sure that you're able to listen it appropriately. We call it former. Former. How do we say the word? We call it former. Now, what is the meaning of the word former? Former means previous. Former means something that was in the past. For example, if I ask you, who is the Indian cricket captain? Who was the former Indian cricket captain? So you will say it was MS Dhoni, it was Virat Kohli. So anybody who might have been a captain of the Indian cricket team in the past, in the previous time, is called the former. Similarly, we do have presidents and the prime minister who were the former presidents of the country. So this is how we use the word former, which means previous. He is the former captain of our team. You remember who's the former monitor of your class? So which means the previous monitor of your class. So you can write the name of that boy or that girl, that this person was a former monitor of our class. So that's how we have learned the vocabulary. I'm sure you'll be able to make sentences on these words and we'll get it checked with your teacher. This is all we have in this chapter.